Source. I'm your host, Ryan Hill.
I'm Gary the Hawkinson.
And if you're in the industry, we are on a crazy train. And last week we talked about creating, part of the Create, Capture, Convert, and Prosper series. This week we're talking about converting. Before we get to that, something super important. Everybody needs to jump on board because this is huge, guys. And if you've heard us talk about it in the past and it fell on deaf ears, don't let it happen again. Here we go. I talked to Mark Savitt again. Who's Mark Savitt? He's basically the guy that runs the National Association of Independent Housing Professionals.
Right.
Why is he important? He is heading up the big charge against the Fed to stop loan officer compensation. Now, if you're a real estate agent, why are you worried about loan officer compensation?
Well, let's take a look at it this way. As a realtor, you probably make about 3% on your transactions.
Okay.
Let's consider that that's going to get cut down to 1%. Basically, you're making a third of what you used to make.
Yep.
Now, let's play that out for us. As you're a lender, if you're getting cut down to a third of what you used to make, you really can't stay in the industry any longer.
Right? Can't afford it.
So pretty soon, all you have left as a realtor to work with are the big four.
Yep.
And that's going to look something like this.
Hi, it's Ryan the Realtor. I'm just trying to check on my Smith file. How's it going?
Smith file? That's not my department. Let me transfer you.
Hey, I just got transferred over to you. I'm just curious how my Smith file's going.
Smith file? No. You've got the compliance department. Yeah, no. Let me transfer you.
Yeah, I just got transferred. I'm just trying to find out how my Smith file's going.
What's Smith file? No, sorry, not my department.
For God's sake, will someone just tell me how the Smith file is going?
Smith file? I got 40 Smith files.
So basically the whole industry ends up being run, well, like the short sales, which we all know what a cluster that is. I mean, you've got a ton of hands in the thing, nobody knows what's going on, and nothing ever gets done. So I guess if you're okay with that, just sit back and do nothing.
But if you want to jump in the fight, and you know what, like we said, don't let this fall on deaf ears, guys, because literally the industry's changing underneath our feet, and most of us don't even know what's going on. Here's what you got to do. At the very least, join NAIHP. Click on this banner and join. It's $50, but you know what? In the grand scheme of things, $50 to ensure the way that you and I get paid is nothing. And then beyond that, guys, it's not enough to forward this email on to your friends and family. We need huge numbers. Yeah. So if you're a loan officer, get your wholesalers involved because they work on a national scale and they can affect a lot more people than just you or I. If you're a real estate agent, you know what? Get NAR involved or some other advocacy group like that because they're not even in the fight. And they should be in the fight because this is our industry, guys, and it's getting changed literally under our feet. So at the very least, join NIHP, and at the very most, get as many people as you can involved. Really good news, guys. Meat and potatoes this week has to do with FHA anti-flip rule. As we talked about a few weeks ago, we alluded to the fact that we thought it was going to get extended, and the great news is it is. It's going to be extended. We have the official press release right here. Now, what's the anti-flip rule? Well, if you had a home buyer that wanted to buy a property that maybe was just at auction or maybe just got sold, they would typically have to wait 90 days. Now they don't have to.
A couple of things you need to know about that. If the sales price is more than 20% higher, you're going to have to justify that possibly through receipts of improvements or a second appraisal. You also have to make sure it's an arm's length transaction and there could be some additional lender overlay.
Now you may not think that's a big deal. Well, since the original waiver came out, they financed more than $3.6 billion worth of property that wouldn't have been financeable until this waiver came out. So this should be part of your marketing strategies moving forward because this is big news. If you want to get the official press release, just click down below. It's yours.
Hey, we were right.
Hey, last week we talked about creating. This week we're talking about capturing.
Now, capture can mean various things, but what we're going to focus on is capturing in the sense of marketing traps. Last week we talked about creating. So now what happens when your hard work pays off and you've created an ad or a great flyer and now your client's interested? You know, got them on the hook, so to speak.
Well, that's what we call capturing. It can be done in various ways. Well, on a rider sign, when somebody calls, you capture their phone number.
When someone clicks on your ad, and you capture their email.
Or you set up, those open houses, and you put all the food out and all the balloons, and everybody comes in. And you capture, well, either a phone number or an email.
Or on Facebook, when you capture them as a fan.
Okay, back to the point. The point is simply this, guys. In everything you do, set up capture points. You now know that you're a target market because they've identified with your marketing. Now, maybe they didn't buy that house or fill out that loan application, but you now know they're in the market to do so. Well, if you're successful at capturing their info now, then you can always go back to them and market to them later on a different level.
i.e. a phone call, a drip email campaign, a Facebook ad, or even a personal drop-by, something like that. This is how capturing can help your creating go to the next level by ensuring that you're capitalizing on every opportunity.
A couple tools to help you in your capturing efforts moving forward. First one is MailChimp, completely free and something we use every week. Check out MailChimp.com. And secondly, JotForms.com, a great tool to capture lead information on your social media pages. And lastly, a simple Facebook ad campaign can ensure that all your target markets are hit and nobody else.
Yeah.
Master these three, and we'll talk about converting next week. Hey guys, Video Marketing Summit's coming March 2nd. This is what you don't do on your video marketing. Hey Gary, how should I win a video HD camera and admission to the marketing summit?
Well, Ryan, they could click on the banner below and forward and friend us, and they would have more chances to win.
And also become a Facebook ad.
Very nice.
Also, what's the next date, Gary?
Oh, that's right. There is RV Bar Camp. You don't want to miss it. We'll see you there. I'm Gary the Hawk Hawkinson.
Hey, I'm Ryan Hills. We'll see you next week. That's not what you should do.